Hello, everyone. And by everyone today, I mean basically nobody. So, hello to Michael. How's it going?
Hi. I guess I'm basically nobody.
You're somebody to me, but in terms of sheer numbers, it's a little bit low. You know, like one viewer and one person in the Discord. So that's fine. That's fine. It'll be nice and quiet today. Sometimes it gets a little chaotic. Today, it'll be chill. Don't worry about it. Today's episodes are going to be first, Let He Who Is Without Sin, which is an episode where Worf turns into a domestic terrorist for an episode and becomes really jealous and controlling of his girlfriend. So that episode has issues about Worf, but that's okay. He'll get better at the end. There's Things Past where where Odo is just evil. Or rather, he realizes that he was just evil in the past. And the Ascent where Odo and Quark, that's his name, they just continue their love-hate relationship. And Odo's also a bit of a jerk there, but I mean, it's Quark, so you expect that.
Odo and Quark are climbing a mountain. Why are they climbing a mountain?
To envelop the mountain. Yeah, so that should be good. How about that Minecraft Caves and Cliffs update? And I'm really looking forward to that. I haven't played Minecraft in a while, but I'm thinking I'll jump back into it once that update drops. It looks like it's going to be really good changes. How's the Star Trek adventure games? Mike?
They're fine.
They're fine?
Yeah, well, I mean, I'm gonna play it entirely on stream, so I haven't really touched it since last night.
No, just in general, is it a good game for modern audiences, or do you have to have nostalgia for it?
Maybe I have nostalgia for it, but I feel like it's actually a decent adventure game, especially compared to like some of the ones that came out around that time. Of course, there are classics, and I'm not referring to the classics, but like a number of adventure games in the past would be like combine the soap with the slipper that was left on the floor and you get something that can pry open a door. Just something completely ridiculous. And of course, Star Trek has ridiculous stuff, but like that game is fairly straightforward.
I mean, I don't know what was up with that puzzle with the yellow and the red and the blue circle.
Yeah, I don't know. I looked that one up.
It's supposed to be like counting how many circles there were. It's like, oh, there's one yellow circle, so we set it to 1. There's one red circle, so we set it to 1. There's a blue circle, so we set it to 1.
Yeah, I guess.
Is it just an anti-puzzle?
It didn't make any sense to me. Like, if we were doing it by proportions, I would have said something completely different. But apparently it's just like, hey, just turn on one light for all these. Okay.
Yeah, that about gels with my understanding of adventure games. I've never actually played one, but I've watched other people play them. I should play an adventure game sometime.
You know, there's a next generation game that is in a similar vein to those TOS ones called A Final Unity.
Right, I mean, I've seen a little bit of that.
Yeah, it's not any better, but it's the same idea.
I'm thinking maybe I should have like one day a week on the channel. That's just like Star Trek games.
I mean, that'd be great.
Everybody loves Star Trek games, even if they don't really make sense sometimes. And yes, we will be doing a Voyager watch-along. I don't know exactly when. After TNG and DS9, it might be right after them. Or we might do TOS Enterprise. I haven't quite decided. But we will be doing one. Absolutely. Also won't need to do the animated series, because I haven't actually seen that. I should probably watch it off stream, because, I mean, I always say, this is a terrible stream to watch if you're watching for the first time. Because you're not going to get any information about the episode itself. You're going to miss major plot points. Like, I went back yesterday. Well, 15 seconds to start, by the way. Everybody queued up to DS9, Let He Who Is Without Sin. Season 5, Episode 7. Everybody be ready to press play. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, play. Yeah, I could do Enterprise and Voyager, or TOS and Enterprise, or TOS and Voyager. Probably one of some combination of those three. But yesterday, when we were watching the game, I missed so many major plot points. Like I was going back a little bit just for other video stuff and watching little bits of it. It's like, wow, I don't remember this at all, and I just watched it.
The voice chat tends to make that difficult to follow.
Yeah. Enterprise and TOS should be about as long as Voyager, so yeah, probably TOS Voyager, and then once TOS is done, go into Enterprise. Or swap Enterprise and TOS. But that should give 7 seasons of both. So that should work out. Then at that point, we get to start going into Discovery. How does she break so many of Commander Worf's bones?
Wow. So Enterprise plus the original series equals 177 episodes. And Next Generation by itself was 178 episodes. So yeah, it equals about a season of the
Perfect.
later ones.
Well, there's 3 seasons of TOS and 4 seasons of Enterprise. I'd hope it'd work out to 7.
Yeah, I wasn't sure if it would be quite that exact because
Ah.
Enterprise seemed a little short, and in the 60s, who knows?
The Hubashan bats. Oh, don't we see the Hubashan bats? Are those the is that time in the holodeck with not the holodeck, the holo suite, excuse me, with Dax and Kira? Just like, I'm sorry, these people are holographic. I feel silly. I can't take this seriously. Is that the
Oh,
Hubashan
maybe.
bats? Why are you yelling at the replicator, Worf? What did it do to you? So there's a link to Discord in the description if anyone would like to join the voice chat. Lots of room today. Everyone dipped out, but that's okay. I won't hold it against them. Forever.
Yes, the Hubashan Baths are that place.
Okay. Good. Would that be a dating tip? Don't refer to your girlfriend by her full name and title? I mean, you can. It's not something you have to avoid. It just sounds weird.
Oh, Worf.
So, right now we're already starting in the Worf is a bit controlling thing. So, yeah, that's not really a good thing to say. Like, I trust you, I don't trust them. Because that's the same outcome.
Yeah, no, he's being way too controlling here. And honestly, I'm kind of surprised Dax isn't like completely straightforwardly calling him on it. 7 lifetimes, she should have enough relationship experience to say back off.
I mean, I'll bear my own sins here. When I was a teenager, I did do that, but that was bad. That was bad of me. Just you have to learn from that and not do that anymore. Worf is a fully grown adult.
Yeah. Worf has he has many issues.
And that seems reasonable to share a runabout. You can't like send multiple ships off to rise it. Surely, they only have so many runabouts.
Yeah, and in TNG, we do see the back of the runabout is actually quite large. They could probably fit like a good 10 people on one runabout.
Yeah.
Comfortably, anyway.
It's not like a TNG shuttle, which is literally like 10 square feet of space. Doesn't even have
Yeah.
a warp drive. We're going to end up getting 5 people in that runabout, so we're at half capacity then. And there's number 5. Hey, Quark. Or can't you just go whenever you want, though? I guess you'd have to rent a shuttle, but... Actually, I'm completely uncertain how much money Quark has. Is he completely broke?
I don't think so. I actually think he does quite well. He's just not monopolizing some corner of the market, therefore he's not happy with his profits. But like,
Yeah.
he's got plenty of money, and also a free Federation runabout is a lot better than booking a transport. You know?
Yeah. It's just, I mean, he doesn't even own a moon. His cousin Kayla owns his own moon.
You know, you have to wonder, like, with how many, like, even our current knowledge of star systems, with how many there are out there and how many large exoplanets there are that we're finding in other solar systems, there's got to be a bunch of moons out there. How hard could it possibly be to just go to a moon and stake a claim, you know?
Well, let's see. So there are... how many stars in there in the gap? My astronomy... I got a degree in this, and I can't remember how many stars there are in the galaxy. Stars in the galaxy. It's a lot. Like 200 billion-ish.
Right.
200 billion stars. Each star... most stars have on average one planet. Or more. We just can't detect the others, but that seems to be the average.
Right, and most of them, if I'm not mistaken, are like more like Jupiter than anything else, which has the most moons in our solar system anyway, which is probably consistent with the other ones. So like 200 billion stars with at least 200 billion like Jupiter-like planets, each with 60 moons. You got to think he's got to.
Assuming we're working in like an eighth of the galaxy, maybe a tenth. That's 20 billion. And granted, there's more than 20 billion people throughout the entire Federation, but still, nobody needs to own their own moon. It's purely...
Yeah.
I mean, it's not even a status symbol. What even is owning a moon? Are you mining it? Is that what Cousin Gayla's doing? Or did he build, like, a moon cottage?
I have no idea. I would bet that it's not even Class M. He's just got, like, a base on it somewhere.
Maybe he uses it for his weapons tests, because he sells weapons.
Maybe. But, like, Bajor has 5 moons itself, I think, something like that.
I know. The only one I remember is Derna, with a Romulan base on it later on.
Yeah, that comes much later. There's also the one that they, very early on in the series, turned into a mine for energy.
Right. With, discount Hannibal Lecter.
Right, yeah.
Hand squeezed? What's wrong with replicating snail juice? Are you replicating snails and squeezing the replicated snails? Oh yeah, slouching. I should probably sit up. There we go. Everybody fix your posture. It's very important. Don't want to hurt your back.
Mine's already hurt, so we're done here.
Oh. You don't want to hurt your back more. Okay. Is this a bribe? Yeah, I don't really want to hear about Quark seeking Jamaharan. I can do without that. Oh, directed by Rene Aubergenois. Neat.
So we're basically saying that Jamaharun is Ryzian sex, right?
Yes. That's absolutely what it is. Okay, Worf, what are you freaking out here in the runabout for? Where do you think she's gonna go? You think she's gonna go seek Jamaharan with Quark in the back room? What are you doing? Chill out.
Or Lita.
Worf has issues. He'll get over it by the end, though. So I guess it all works out.
Sort of. Like, he gets over these issues.
This just looks like... Is this Starfleet headquarters? Is this that Japanese garden and waste reclamation facility? Oh, there's the thumbnail. I mean, at least the Rysians aren't racist toward Ferengi like most people are. They're pretty relaxed about it. Or if this isn't an extreme environment. Worf, what are you so upset about? You're being such a downer about the whole planet. What is wrong with you? Does he hate Deep Space Nine because it's climate controlled? What does he have against? What's wrong with you?
He's just a stick in the mud.
But he's even more of a stick in the mud today. Before, I feel like if this were TNG Worf, he'd just be saying, "Nice view," and that would be that.
True. Nice view. Good beach.
Yes. But now, in this episode, it's a climate-controlled mud hole. For the entire Temtibi Lagoon. Do we retcon Curzon's death here? Is that this episode? Yes, it is. Death by Jamaharon. That's,
Vanessa Williams.
Yeah, that's not exactly what we saw in the pilot episode. But, maybe they just cut that part out.
I have to wonder they're just fucking with Worf. Like, it doesn't make sense. That would be how they retconned it. Because, like, Dax explains very clearly how Curzon died on Trill.
Yeah, it could just be her, like, kind of
Just
sparing
lying.
him or whatever.
Just
Yeah.
making a joke at Worf's expense.
She did say...
It's always a solid plan.
In that bit where they were talking about Worf having a Earthipedia aroma with a touch of lilac, she said she has her own ways of torturing Worf. Maybe this is one of them.
Mhm.
Yeah, absolutely.
Why are there not more people in the voice chat? Is everybody hungover today?
I guess.
Like I am?
The suspicion is that it's the time change in Europe this week, I guess.
Oh, shoot. Yeah, that's a good
yeah.
point, man. That's going to...
Oh yeah, it is, because it changed literally today.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We do have a lot of Europeans.
For what
I
that's
did
worth, I don't
ping
know.
the general channel on Discord, but it doesn't seem to have done anything.
What do you mean that's a mistake? Oh. There was... Here's a personal life story. So one person I was with some time ago, we each had something that we've had to forbid the other from eating. Because it's like, but I love it, but it makes you sick. It's like, but I want it. No, you can't. So we each had the one thing we had to make sure the other was not allowed to touch. Oh, that guy's a nice voice.
It does.
Does he do any voice work? Who's that man? I
He
mean, he's a
must.
domestic terrorist, but he has a lovely voice.
I'm sure I've heard that voice before.
No, that's not the guy from Scrubs. We've already seen him in TNG, and he was already very old. Or was that the guy? Yeah, I think it was.
Yeah. The guy from Scrubs was this scientist, right?
So that guy is Monty Markham. I'm looking up his IMDb right now.
Monty Markham, IMDb. Baywatch, no. Reborn, don't know what that is. The Pet Squad Files. The Pet Squad Files. Honey, I Shrunk the Kids, Star Trek DS9. No, he's not in anything else that I've seen, at least. This is his only Star Trek role.
He does have a voice, though, so like maybe it's, I don't know. It's
like the biggest thing.
Stereotypical radio guy voice. So it just sounds familiar.
Yeah, the biggest thing I can find is in the 70s when they did the reboot of the new Perry Mason. He was Perry Mason, but like that only went a season, I think.
Yeah.
No, it wasn't Dr. Bashir. I mean, this does... Wait, is that bird being kept in a spherical bird cage?
Looks
What's
like
happening
it.
with that bird? I never really understood keeping birds. Because it seems kind of... Do people let birds out of their cages? Because it seems kind of messed up to just have it in its cage for its whole life. Do they let them out?
Yeah, you let it fly around.
My uncle had it was some kind of parrot. I don't remember what kind, but it was like 40 years old, so he had it for a long time. But it was almost never in a cage. It was just on perches in the house.
Okay.
Yeah, you get the wings clipped so it doesn't fly off, like, into the woods or whatever. But yeah, you let it fly around your place.
So I happened to be searching for new Essentialists just to look up who that actor was, and I stumbled across a post on the Daystrom Institute subreddit. And I don't know if you know what the Daystrom Institute subreddit is, but it's like the ultra...
They try to analyze the lore.
Yeah, it's less like the Star Trek subreddit where you just kind of have casual discussions, and they are very regimented about their discussions. But somebody wrote a post that said the new Essentialists were right.
Also, Worf, I'm not sure that that's a real story. I don't know if I believe that K-Less fought off an entire army. That doesn't sound right.
Don't say that to his face.
I mean, that does... No, mostly what I'm thinking about you... Yeah, sweltering under the hot Rysian suns. That looks entirely too warm of an outfit for the weather.
Yeah.
Like, you don't have to be in a swimsuit, but come on, do you need the, 3 layers of wool?
And a cravat.
Okay, so half of this episode is Worf is evil, and the other half is Old Man yells at Cloud. Those darn kids and their newfangled technology. People don't even grow their own food on farms anymore. People don't even ride a horse to work.
So he just asked, how do you think the Borg see you? He should have picked somebody different, because the Borg don't give a shit about any of that.
Yeah. The Borg are into it.
Yeah, his argument's pretty tenuous at best. I'm trying to remember how famous Vanessa Williams was at this time, and my guess is she was pretty famous. I think she did this Schwarzenegger movie right around this time.
She was like, her acting career was picking up a little bit, but she, it was a pretty, it was a bell curve.
Yeah, she was an award-winning singer for a couple years too. She had the weirdest path to fame where she She was the first Black Miss America in 1984, and then got caught up in a controversy when nude photos of her surfaced, and she somehow parlayed that into an acting and singing career, which is kind of amazing.
Yeah, her singing career was, I wouldn't say it was done, but it was definitely well established by this point.
Okay. Still a pretty good get for a syndicated sci-fi show.
Worf, chill out. You saw Lita with someone else, you saw Bashir with someone else. Sorry, you saw Siddiq al-Tahil Fadl Abdurrahman Muhammad Ahmad Abdul Karim and MacLeod with someone else. The right of separation. So when Bajorans say, I think we should see other people, they really mean it. They just immediately, before they're even technically broken up, go find other people. That's how it works. No, okay.
Yeah, they're gonna go and finish the contract.
Yeah, I wonder what that means.
Worf, they can end their relationship however they want. It's their relationship. Leave them alone.
Wow.
This definitely feels illegal.
They're working it out very noisily. Oh no, it's not.
He dumped the Horgons on the floor.
How often have we seen
Oh,
a bully and threaten someone?
I mean, I remember Worf felt threatened by a bullying before, the one with the scissors.
Yeah,
That was Worf's problem. Really? That's their excuse? The power cells are empty? It's still a gun. Like, if it was actually secretly made of plastic, that's one thing, but that's a real gun. In Star Trek lore, that is. But how would the Jem'Hadar get here?
yeah.
Well, they, not to rise it anyway, but they kind of do get pretty deep into Federation territory at some point.
Conquer Beta Z. Not that Beta Z
Yeah.
was doing anything for us. Yeah, no, that's definitely illegal. You should arrest them.
But they're on
Dax,
holiday.
don't
Leave
just-
them alone.
Dax, don't just threaten him, actually do it. You threaten people with a gun, is what he thinks of it. Is there any specific event other than the soccer game from like 20 years ago that prompted Worf to just turn evil today?
Sorry I'm late. How goes the domestic terrorism?
Hasn't kicked off quite yet.
Yeah, he's not a domestic terrorist yet.
Slow.
He's just a very controlling boyfriend. And he's
it's very slow.
And remember, if you're joining in the Discord, then for the timestamp on YouTube won't be completely accurate. It'll be ahead by, or behind rather, by a few seconds. Shouldn't really matter.
Yeah, it's usually okay.
Yep, that Worf just came right out and said it. He needs to control her.
Dude.
It's a little uncomfortable to watch. Genuine relationship strife. Can we get back to the domestic terrorism?
Yeah.
I did have the stream title be Worf is a domestic terrorist, but I thought maybe YouTube would object to that, so I just changed it to Worf is just evil.
Probably a good idea.
My god, if they demonetize the video, I'll lose out on 30 cents. Is that a giant Horgon? How big is that?
It's
It's
huge.
like 30 feet high.
How much? I don't-
Okay. I seem to remember that Dax actually does do something kind of, as the kids would say, sus this episode, but I don't remember what it is.
No, so like, there's a thing that pisses Worf off, but it's not justified.
Okay.
I'll admit I don't remember a damn thing about this episode. Like, this is not one that was in my heavy rewatch rotation.
No. This is...
Meanwhile,
it's a bad
last week,
episode is what it is.
Tribbles, I knew everything. Like,
Oh no, doesn't she like get a massage from this chick?
No, so what they do is they're discovered in a ghost moment, as in literally Arandis is helping her make pottery.
Okay.
That's it. And Worf gets pissed because she's sitting behind Dax guiding her hands.
Yep. Oh, gonna smash it.
And now they're broken up. All right, they're done. Now Lita is free to go and date Rom. Should go well.
I mean, she's gonna make herself quite the powerful person.
She is. The First Lady of the Ferengi Alliance, whatever the equivalent there is.
First female.
The first female. Here we go. Now we get an additional
Oh, God.
TV breakup.
Boy, they're really getting a lot of mileage out of Chase Masterson in those outfits this episode for sure.
I mean, no, you have to discuss it now because now Julian knows about it. He's never gonna let it go. No, not you. Nobody likes you, Quark.
Ew, gross. No, not you.
His brother Rom.
Him.
Is it the ears? No, what?
It's his brains, I think. I mean, it'd be
It's the
better if we could
lobes.
see his brains, but he does have them.
Well, I've got news for you. There's somebody whose brains you can't see.
Yes, Captain Baudet, the Galamite with the transparent skull. I mean, that feels a little inappropriate.
Yeah.
I mean, there is
Like,
a slight.
it's not even as
cultural-
bad as I described it, though. They're just sort of sitting next to each other.
There's kind of a sensual thing going on there.
It's mostly the wording. And the hand that she has across Dax's shoulder feels a little excessive.
Yeah, like like stuff like texture. It isn't dirty, but it sounds dirty.
I can understand why Worf would be upset by it, even if nothing was technically going on there.
Touch the moist clay.
Oh, Worf's not seeking Jamaharan anymore.
Oh, I actually recognize
No,
the
don't
wall.
break it.
That wall is from the episode where they attack the rogue Jemadar.
Oh, nice.
It's the temple walls from the
The ziggurat.
the Iconian ziggurat. Yeah.
Okay. So I can understand why Worf would be a bit upset by this. They're going to have to, like, talk this out and be like, hey, what was actually going on? And it's like, oh, we were just doing some... You have to talk about it. But Worf, you don't have to become a... You don't have to become a domestic terrorist over it.
What do you mean? He's just changing the weather.
He's taking control of a government facility with a gun.
Oh, he's just making it rain a bit.
By taking control of a government facility with a gun.
Well, you know.
I mean, Dax
Wait,
would
is
be
Ryza a government facility?
Being in a relationship with Dax would be very... It'd be...
High maintenance.
It sounds like it would be exhausting, because she's always doing something.
It's a lot of work, which is, if you're into that for a relationship, maybe.
If you're into that.
Some people are. Some people like to be very involved in everyone's stuff.
It's just like every other day she's going off on some crazy adventure. Hollow sweet or otherwise.
Yeah.
In this part of Ryza, so there are parts where it rains.
Yeah.
I mean, it has to,
Nice.
or the planet
Outside
would
the
just
climate
become
control
a.
zone.
Yeah. Just
It would become a greenhouse.
ecologically.
I mean, they do have an entire planet to work with, so.
Yeah.
Some people like rain.
Yeah, I love rain.
They probably
if
like-
I were going to Ryza,
Yeah.
I'd want to go to the rainy part.
They probably have resorts over the entire planet and just like close one every couple weeks to just let all the rain fall on it.
That makes sense.
Could do. No, just
Or
leave it
some
open
that are
during
just
that
in
part so
rain.
the people who like the rain can go and hang out in the rain.
Yeah, totally. It's really easy to sleep in the rain.
But you get all wet.
Well, you stay inside,
I mean,
and the sound of the rain
on your
the roof-
window, yeah.
the sound
Not
of the rain
literally
on
the
roof in the
rain.
window is the comforting bit.
I phrased that very
Disagree.
poorly, yes.
Rain is annoying.
Rain is amazing. It's the best weather.
No, that's just factually wrong.
You're factually wrong. I mean, I can understand not liking hail because it's a lot louder, it's a lot harsher of a sound. But rain, no, rain's great.
Especially this kind. Like this is the kind of rain we would get almost every day during the summer in Florida. Minus the lightning, but just that heaviness. It's so nice to walk out and just watch it.
Meanwhile,
That's
snow
pretty
is
cool.
bullshit.
Yeah, I do like snow.
But I don't get the like for snow. Like, it just makes it harder to drive. It's cold as hell. Like, what, build a snowman, go sledding? What are you, 5? Come on.
It quietens everything down.
Don't
Yeah.
you judge people for their love of sledding?
The last time I was on a sled, it didn't go well.
Yeah, because you're an adult, right?
It ended with the sled sort of backflipping behind me and landed on top of me.
Well, do you know what being an adult means? Being an adult means you get to decide what it means to be an adult. And if you want to go sledding, you go sledding.
Okay. Fair enough.
It's Glemony.
Everything I do is masculine as I am a man. Therefore, by definition, everything I do is manly. What's wrong with it? What do you mean? You always play indoor hoverball. Wait, what do you mean, Quark? You don't have to go sit in the rain, Quark. You can hang out inside.
Maybe Ryza isn't that good after all, and it's just because the weather's nice, everyone ignores the rest of it.
You can definitely make things crispy when it's raining, as long as you don't take it outside.
Do the Ferengi eat cooked food though? I think they eat like. Well, the only thing we ever see them eat is like grubs, tube grubs, right?
I remember them
Except
mentioning tube grubs being cooked, but I don't remember if it was with disgust or if that's the way they were supposed to be prepared.
Well, when Nog goes to Jake's grandpa's restaurant, he's always trying to get fresh tube grubs.
And that doesn't mean anything, though. It's like you go to a restaurant, you want some fresh meat. Just means it's not like
Yeah, but you would like it to be cooked. He just eats them raw.
Well, fresh just means it wasn't like bought in from a distance. It wasn't frozen.
Yeah, but he talks about them wriggling and things. Like, come on.
Okay, wriggling, yes, it would indicate not cooked.
Anyway, tube grub tangent over.
Yes. But what's your favorite kind of tube grub?
Living.
Yeah, I wonder if they have like flavors, like sweet and sour or something like that.
Sweet and sour tube grubs?
Yeah, I'd be down for that.
So the whole thing about the Essentialists here, I'm wondering if the episode actually has a moral about it. It just seems to be something that happens.
Yeah, it's kind of more of a way for Worf to just fuck everything up.
He just
Worf,
loves
you're
her
making
so
Dex
much
all
that
sad,
he's
her voice
willing
is
to.
quivering.
Oh.
Yeah, Worf, just talk. Just talk to her.
Oof.
Oh, snap. Ooh. That's a low blow.
I mean, to be fair to Worf about that particular line, like, what if you went up to someone, is like, I have a lot more black friends than you do.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, but I'm... Not to excuse the domestic terrorism, that's still bad.
He just loves her so much he's gonna go and like commit terrorism. Just to show her.
Well, you're gonna, if you keep doing this. The farm world of Galt. Okay.
I thought he was raised on Earth.
They
Nope.
moved to Earth later on. It's unclear whether Worf actually ever lived there, but his parents currently live there.
I think the moral is like coming out now. He's afraid of taking some risks because of what he did when he was a kid. Or something like that.
McKell, kill him. Kill him, Worf. Death
I
to
mean,
the opposition.
The way he's describing playing soccer is the implication that this was on Earth.
You
No,
can't
it was
play
on that-
soccer
No,
on Galt.
he
What you call
specifically
it?
said Galt.
Okay, all right. Yeah, I missed that.
So they were on Galt until he was in the academy, at the very least, because Nikolai hated the academy and left and went back to Galt.
So this whole story, I completely forgot about it, and it adds a lot more context to Worf in the baseball episode, saying death to the opposition. That has some problematic aspects to it.
Maybe he's saying it ironically? I don't know.
Ah, yes, just comedically referring back to that time he murdered a child.
Yes. Well, that's the kind of humor that Klingons enjoy, isn't it?
I'm not
Like,
sure that
this
really
is-
addresses the situation.
Yeah, I was just about to say this is all very sad, and makes Worf gives a little bit of context to his character, but it really doesn't explain why he's a controlling dickbag of a boyfriend.
It doesn't, no.
Well, he wants his partner to also show restraint, like he's been sort of enforced to do as well.
It is nice that they acknowledge and give an explanation to why he's so uptight compared to other Klingons, why he insists on not laughing and such.
Suppose. Earthquakes?
Still a stupid episode, but,
And it turns out they were on the holodeck the whole time.
My god, it was all a test. Tectonic what? Okay. We're just really doubling down on the terrorism, aren't we? Like, the rain is bad, but whatever, they can deal with it. But you're actually talking about leveling the cities. Hopefully Worf brought a gun. Oh, luckily he doesn't need it. He's intimidating enough. This actor's really getting into it. There you go, Worf. See, he learned better. He learned. He'll be okay in the future.
Bad life
Uh-oh.
choices.
Uh-oh. Bad decision.
Okay, so Worf, now if you want to arrest him, he just assaulted a cop, basically. No, we're just gonna let him go? That's
Starfleet officers aren't cops, are they? They're just people that serve on ships.
So
Jadzia did say she had the authority to arrest him.
Yeah.
That throw easily could have killed that man. Like, that was
sure.
so bad.
I mean, he just punched Worf in the face. Come on.
He
Yeah,
slapped
but
him with
Worf's-
the back of his hand, challenging him to the death.
Oh, crew.
So right there, that saying, like, I never got a chance to say goodbye to Curzon Dax, kind of implies that he didn't actually die during Jamaharam.
Okay.
In my opinion, anyway. It implies that he died
true.
off-world somewhere else.
So did
he could have also
Ryzians,
just had
like-
a heart attack during, and she didn't really have the presence of mind to say goodbye to him before he was carted off to the hospital.
Maybe.
But isn't there that scene where the thing is getting transferred out of her, and it's
Yeah, it's
Curzon is
literally
lying there
in the
next to
mirror.
her?
And that's happening on Trill. Worf
Yeah.
took off his uniform. Off screen, but he did.
Oh,
He started to unbutton
He
it.
didn't just take off the uniform, he took off everything.
Everything.
just ripped it off in one go.
I mean,
So the Ryzians, are Ryzians just humans? Or, like, did they just have the thing on their head, or what?
I mean, it's Star Trek. What's the difference?
Is Ryza just a planet that humans went to and called themselves Ryzians? Is that how it works?
It's a definite maybe. It's
I mean,
complete.
there are definitely, it wouldn't be the first alien that basically is just humans that we don't call human.
Yeah, but I think the question is, are they native to Ryza or
Yeah.
they, colonizers or something at some point?
Yeah.
Well, let's check Memory Alpha.
Could be either.
Or was she even a Rysian? She's just
Pleasure
like
Planet
someone
was
who
the
runs a
homeworld
pleasure
of the
run.
humanoid Rysians.
Hmm.
According to Memory Alpha, they're not humans. Centuries ago, they tamed the earthquakes. Oh, that's right. They can't be humans because we visit an Enterprise, and we would definitely know an Enterprise if this was a human colony.
Ah, there you go.
Yeah.
Although Ryza is beautiful during the Enterprise era, so does that mean the Ryzians have more advanced technology and actually built the weather control net themselves?
Yeah, they made the weather control net before the humans arrived, and that's just their whole thing, the weather control. They just make a pretty planet. 1 minute to the next episode. By the way, things passed where Odo's going to be evil today.
So we have
We're
evil
taking
War,
turns.
evil Odo.
And a good Quark.
Oh,
How
that's
the turntables. How the turntables indeed. Yeah, all we need to do for here, we're venting all this CO2 into the atmosphere. We just need climate control. We just need air conditioning for the planet and seismic regulators.
Just drop a big ice cube into the ocean once in a while.
Yes. Oh yeah, this episode is also going to have one of my favorite Garrick lines about his name tag at the convention. But we'll get to that very shortly. It's in the cold open. Everybody press play in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, play.
Oh,
Giving
that
me
was
a
almost a
name
triangle.
tag that read. Yeah, I mean, if we're talking about World War II, I don't think we really want someone coming in to defend the Holocaust. I don't think that's the view we're looking for. But that's what Garrick was doing, apparently.
Yeah, it's not a perfect parallel, but I definitely see your point.
Ah, here it is. Elam Garrick, former Cardassian oppressor.
Wait, did he just reveal his first name there before that episode that goes down with Bashir?
Yeah.
Oh no, that was a long
No.
time ago.
The Wire happened like 2 seasons ago.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think The Wire was season 1 or 2.
Yeah, it was pretty early.
Everyone also knows that he was a member of the Obsidian Order. Yeah, Odo, you do have nothing to be proud of, as we're about to discover. We're probably supposed to side with Odo at the end of this and say, no, he really was a good guy. But, I don't believe him.
I mean, good guys can make mistakes. That's what makes them more relatable.
I mean, it's not just a mistake, though, is it?
Oh yeah, it's a big mistake.
And he sent a lot of people to their deaths with the Cardassians.
He just wanted order. It's in his nature.
I mean, I guess death is very orderly.
Yeah, The Wire was late season 2. Also, presumably, because we haven't seen Garrick for a while, presumably he served 6 months in prison for sabotage and assaulting Worf.
For attempted genocide?
Yeah, in Broken Link. So
Quite a light sentence, but yeah. I suppose they are an enemy at this point, aren't they?
Glad to see the terrorist is in charge of the station, too.
Yes. So in season 7, when we're getting the Cardassian rebellion in Gul Rusat, he specifically calls out Odo. It's like, what do you think was happening to all those prisoners you sent us? And Odo just says, oh, I thought they would get a fair trial. It's like, no, you didn't, Odo. You absolutely did not believe they would get a fair trial.
Yeah.
This makes sense. Cisco looked kind of sleepy in the last scene, so now he's asleep.
Sure.
Someone brought up a good point. Like, is this considered another something bad happened on the way to or from a conference episode?
Yes.
Yeah, it is.
Conferences are deadly.
But this time was a runabout on a funnel crack. But,
Especially medical conferences. Oof.
but yes.
Nice and foggy.
Yep. We also have to remember for next episode to figure out which runabout it is, because someone was saying it's the Rio Grande that breaks down, but I don't believe it.
Nothing could ever happen to the Rio Grande.
Nothing, ever. It's the best shuttle. Like, if they made a Deep Space Nine dating game where they anthropomorphized various ships, it would absolutely be the Rio Grande that I would go with.
Is the Rio Grande one of the ones that survives?
Yeah. The Rio Grande is the shuttle. Or, sorry, not a shuttle, it's a runabout, excuse me. That's something else entirely.
Keep saying Rio Grande. Keep saying it.
Let's see. Yeah, how many conferences do they do? There was Geordi's conference. There was Bashir, who didn't get to go to the conference in the first place, but he was going to. There's this conference. There's the conference where Section 31 goes over with Bashir, with the Romulans.
Speaking of Geordi, this episode is directed by LeVar Burton.
Oh. Well, he knows all about...
Romulan.
He's familiar with the subject matter.
He's all over these bad things happening on the way to the conference episodes, yeah.
A funny thing happened on the way to the conference. It's a musical and everything.
Episode was a conference.
If by funny you mean horrific, then yeah, totally.
Hilarious.
Hilarious. Chakotay and Seven on the way to a conference? Okay. Yeah, no, don't go to a conference. Because they're sleeping? Only animals sleep. Oh no, he thinks they're druggies, okay. It's nice that the Cardassians let the Bajorans keep their earrings. So that's nice.
Well, that was Gul Dukat. You know, he did everything he could to help.
He did.
And not a
so
single
ungrateful.
statue.
So this is... Isn't this a vision from the prophets, this whole episode? Except they're in one together.
Not the prophets.
The Pirates?
Not the pirates. It has nothing to do with Bajoran mythology.
It always has something to do with Bajoran mythology. Well, I guess we'll find out later. But what...
Do you want me to spoil it?
Sure, go ahead.
So it is a the plasma storm they went through made Odo's brain form a link with them,
Oh,
like a
that's
changeling link.
That's weird. Apparently Odo's telepathic now.
Only in plasma storms.
Unless he just sent out like a really thin thing of goo that went up their nostrils into their brains.
Well, the changelings can change their mass and density, etc., right? So it wouldn't be
They can.
too much of a stretch for them to change their brain into a telepathic brain? Something like that?
That's a lot of a stretch.
Well, it's not much of a stretch for a changeling.
it's
They can
okay.
stretch for ages.
It's okay that it's stretch because shapeshifters are very stretchy.
Yes, that's what I said.
Boo.
It all works. It all fits together.
That's the kind of thing that a changeling would say.
Some kind of cross-dimensional transfer.
I like they're just pitching ideas and they all just sound insane because like that's what happens on Star Trek.
Because they are.
Yeah.
Ah, yes, you just transposed with 4 people in an alternate universe on Terok Nor. That's exactly what happened, Dax. Thank you. That's what it sounded, Garrick.
They're in a dire situation and Garrick was still like splitting hairs.
Okay. I mean, if this weren't just like some crazy guilt vision, that should probably work.
Yeah.
Oh, hi, Mark. I mean, he's not going to recognize you.
Was that a The Room reference?
Oh, hi, Mark.
Of
That's
course
awesome.
it was the room reference. He's Mark Alimo. Why does that guy look like he's dead?
Oh,
Oh, he has a
They're
phaser wound in his
dead.
chest. He's part of the guilt vision.
He's a ghost.
A spooky
Guilt
ghost.
You thought he was dead, so it totally worked.
good Halloween episode.
Thrax. Isn't that the name of one of the people in the Voyager episode Counterpoint? I just remember the guy who, like, forms a relationship with Janeway. At various points of the episode, he just calls out his subordinate's name during the inspection. It's like, Thrax, what are you doing in that room?
I think it's Prax in that one.
Prax?
Yeah.
Maybe Drax.
Oh, bribe's not gonna work, Gul Dukat. You see, Gul Dukat is a good person. He was cracking down on corruption.
Yeah.
I mean, you did compare them to Nazis earlier, so maybe watch where you're going with this.
Okay, for extra clarity, whenever I say Gul Dukat is a good person, I'm lying. He is definitely a space Nazi.
What do you mean he's not a good person?
Again, the space Nazi
Oh,
thing.
no.
We're just going with Gul Dukat's own sort of craziness.
Logic.
And thinking he's a good
Crazy
person.
logic?
Yeah, his own internal logic. And in season 7, external logic with Cisco.
Some kind of psychosomatic response.
I see. Well, Bashir is going to say later on that he can do that at will. He can make his body think it's injured.
So manifesting a tumor would require denaturing your own DNA. Is that what he means?
I don't really know how it works. Sure. Yes, that's exactly what it means.
Like a cancer starts with basically a single bit error in your genome.
And then it just replicates out of control.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a cell that refuses to die.
The ironic thing about cancer cells is their telomeres don't shorten when they replicate. So, if we could beat all cancer cells, we'd be immortal. Doesn't quite work that way, unfortunately.
You don't die from old age, but you die from something else. If we can just figure out why the telomeres don't shorten in the cancer cells.
Then we can use it.
It's only a hobby, pickpocketing. Okay.
He's a simple tailor.
I mean, that's not that extreme. I've done a little bit of lockpicking.
Yeah, I was gonna say like that kind of stuff. I would just assume Garrick knows how to do.
Well,
Yes.
pickpocketing, I mean, he literally does that when he's tailoring.
Yeah, it's a perfect job for a pickpocket.
Got to get your hand in the pocket to sew it up correctly.
Yeah, like someone comes up behind you and puts their hands on your jacket, starts talking about your fashion. Like,
Though I would recommend everybody get into lockpicking. It's a great hobby. You can just get a little practice lock on Amazon, really cheap kit. You don't need anything fancy. And it turns out that just any lock on a house is trivially easy to get into. It turns out your lock is not keeping you safe at all. But it makes you feel better. Hey Arkstorm, how's it going? Oh hey Quark. We get to work today. And not that the Ryan's Edits YouTube channel is advocating breaking into people's houses. But like if you lock yourself out, it's good to know how to get back in. Maybe a friend loses their key. You can help them get inside. Someone stole your prized Starship model collection. You need to get it back. You can get yourself in. Wow, they're so good at stepping through the gate that the nice man opened for them. No, you don't want to break a window. That's going to attract attention. If you can just pick the lock, that's way easier. It's really easy. Most of the time, if you want to pick a lock, you can just apply tension to it with the... I think it's called a wrench. I don't remember all the terminology. And then you just break it with the actual lockpick. And then it just opens. That works most of the time.
Stop incriminating yourself, Ryan.
I've never broken into a house. I've just, practiced on doors.
Yes, okay, stop.
Practiced on doors that I had permission to practice on.
this is a very uncomfortable scene.
Oh yeah, we're gonna get a lot of these uncomfortable scenes.
Yeah, this is my least favorite part of this episode. It's just so slimy.
And Dax is doing some acting here. Acting all subjugated, I guess you could say.
Yeah, she has knowledge of him, from the future, obviously, and he's completely unaware of that, so she's using that to her advantage a bit.
Kill him now. Kill Ducat. Save the galaxy. Lita? I assume that's not the same Lita.
Oh my god.
I don't think it lines up timeline-wise.
But that's an odd choice of name. Oh, if this scene was actually written for Kira, but Nana Visitor wasn't available, oh, that'd be awful.
He'd be dead.
He'd be dead. Oh, I mean, this is uncomfortable enough with Dax, but if Mark Alima, well, I should say Goldacott actually got what he wanted with Kira unknowingly, no, that's awful.
Doesn't Cat try basically this exact routine again when they take over the station to Kira?
Oh yes. Gul Dukat tries its routine on literally any Bajoran woman that he thinks is attractive.
Is it female? Yes. Let's go. Oof. That's creepy.
Yeah.
You gotta give it to Mark.
Do I, though?
So- What was
It-
Quark eating in that little dish? Sorry to drag us off again, but
Really? Garrick, that's what you're upset about? Not the genocide, it's the cleaning?
I think he's upset that he has to clean. Oof.
Okay.
I went
Okay, so
back to-
Garrick's still actually a really bad guy.
I went back to
can't say
Quark
that.
wasn't eating. Quark wasn't eating. He was counting latinum.
He was what?
He was counting latinum.
Oh, thought he had like a bowl of nuts or something.
No, like in the foreground, Garrick walked by with what looked like, I don't know, giant shrimp or something kind of goopy.
Odo, you could say you look like you've seen a ghost. Uh-huh. I see. And who determined that they were guilty, Odo? Who was that, exactly? Who was chief of security? Who got these people executed?
That's not important. Let's not focus on that.
Okay. I guess this is all fine then.
I guess Odo was just going to keep that to himself until someone asked.
So does this imply that everything that this security chief says is something that Odo said previously? He's just Odo that looks like a Cardassian?
Of course, Kurtwood Smith, who played the Federation president in Star Trek VI, and he played Anorax in the Voyager episodes Year of Hell 1 and 2. He's the dad.
Anorax, the big bad there?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, he's the guy like controlling the thing, trying to get his wife back.
Can't move Mirachi crystals.
Oh, he's saying the Cardassians as if he's not talking to a Cardassian there.
Because this is actually just Odo. You just have to imagine Rene Aubergenois saying these lines.
Oh, it's quite easy.
Yeah, I was gonna say that
Like the
sounded
kind of
like
things he would say.
it sounds exactly like yeah.
Yeah. Ugh.
My God. Oh,
Dun, dun, dun.
Odo, would you care to share with the class? No? Just gonna keep denying it? Yeah, he's just gonna keep denying it. Okay. I guess that is safe for the climax of the episode. We'll get to it eventually. Well, that's convenient.
Why we should tell him about that.
Just casual chit-chat.
Yeah, that's super secret signal we used to have on the station, let me just tell you.
I mean, they don't need it anymore. So what does he have to offer the Resistance? Recreation passes are suspended for Alpha Unit. Recreation passes? I'm surprised they have recreation passes, honestly.
Yeah, I don't know what that means, really. That could just mean, like, 20 minutes outside, to walk around a circle or something.
You get to hang out by the airlock and look at the stars.
I was going to say outside, but, like, in, like, the yard in prison, but that wouldn't make sense on a space station.
Yes. Okay. I mean, I don't know if I would describe her as alright. I don't think it's ever explained why Garrick and Ducat hate each other so much. But they do. I know that Garrick killed his Ducat's dad. I don't know if that's it, though. So how's the weather?
Hmm?
How's soup? I mean, it doesn't really matter if you hate soup. You gotta eat it. They're not gonna serve you anything else. One of the spoonheads? You can't say that.
Hmm?
My god. Oh, nope. Well, luckily they don't have to explain their way out of that, because, we got a convenient plot point. This is very familiar to me. If we're playing a D&D game, and the players are doing something that I don't know how to get out of, just simply have the next plot point happen.
They were failing a bunch of dialogue rules. Next.
I mean, you don't have to give Argos ideas. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
I don't think... Well, Arcos might need to give some hints. We'll see. Also, this conversation's not going to make any sense for people in the YouTube chat. Don't worry about it, YouTube chat. It's fine. Okay. Fake Odo. Who are you here to interrogate? What do you mean 5 years hard? They're already doing hard labor. They're slaves. No, seriously, what does that mean? What does 5 years hard labor mean for a slave who's already doing hard labor in an ore refining facility?
Yeah, if that wasn't considered hard labor, I hate to see what the actual hard labor is then.
Scraping carbon off the reactor core or something? I don't know.
That's where Kira's from. Or is it? Wait, what province is Kira from? Now I'm feeling very uncertain about myself. I thought she was Rakantha.
I think she is. It sounds right.
Let's see. Memory Alpha. Kira from Bejor. Yeah, don't care. No, she was from the Dakur province. Ah, a solid line of reasoning, Fake Odo.
Isn't like half of all Bajorans part of the resistance at this point?
So, probably. My god. He was strangling Gul Dukat? What a monster.
A lot of dialogue to get out.
Odo desperately trying to undo his sins from 7 years ago. Odo, there's nothing wrong with circumstantial evidence. It's perfectly valid.
You know,
Odo needs to watch some Legal Eagle. Oh yeah, I keep forgetting Odo's a solid. You can't just shapeshift right now. Geez, 4 assassination attempts? Why are they so ungrateful?
Right?
I bet they didn't even have recreation passes before Gul Dukat showed up. See, increasing rations. He's doing his best. It's the Bajorans that are making it so he can't.
Yeah,
all their
increasing
fault.
rations.
bet your chocolate rations are up.
I see. So do Cardassians generally enslave their children? And execute them at random? Ah, exactly.
Mm-hmm.
There's no way that knocked him out.
She did what we were all thinking.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, I don't think that would have knocked him out.
Maybe it only works on Cardassians.
Yeah, the Cardassian consciousness sac is located right there on the back.
I see. That's actually where the Cardassian brain is located. It's in the spine. Why is he gone? Why is he here? What's going on?
Don't worry about it. It's fine.
Don't worry about it. We don't have to tell... Odo, you don't have to tell them anything. Everything is perfectly fine. Everything's on the up and up. It's some weird crazy thing. Don't worry about it.
Yeah,
Nothing here is
all
real. You don't say.
Mm.
Okay. Oh.
So she just walked over there with thermite in her hands and just
Yeah, like how did that work?
She got out of Gul Dukat's office, despite the guards, found some thermite, put it on the door, and luckily there was not a single guard in the jail cells.
Or is the implication she used a phaser to do it? I don't know.
Surely he's much a better aim than that. Come on.
We
A
got him.
shot.
Cisco, of course,
Oh, yeah.
doesn't need help because he is the Cisco.
She's using
Captain
Kirk
of the
double
wrestling
punch.
team.
Ah, see, it is fake Odo.
Some explaining to do, Odo. Fucking fraud.
So did Odo make himself look like that during the Cardassian time, or
No, he just looked like Odo. This is just, he can't look like Odo here because that split screen effect is too expensive.
so they used the big blobby going into the vent effect instead?
Yeah. Hey, this is cheating. You can't just teleport them back into the cell when you're losing. Completely unfair. Here's a DM tip for you. If your players are winning when you don't want them to, just let them win. It's fine.
Yeah.
You can work out another way out of it. Don't just teleport them back into a cell. Okay. This interaction between Odo, Garrick, and Cisco, it kind of felt kind of like a vision, really.
Yeah, like the prophets normally do that. Are the three of them even here, or are they being acted out as a figment of Odo's imagination?
I think they are here, but it certainly feels like they're not. Ah, see? Cardassian law, therefore it's justified. You can't handle the truth. Did Odo actually say this to a Bajoran in real life? Well, his real life? I get the feeling that Odo actually used this justification for himself. I guess maybe we're using a Cardassian instead of Odo himself because it would be too hard to sympathize with Odo again after this.
Yeah.
It really would.
Jesus. Absolutely nothing you can do to get out of this. A temporal displacement of some kind.
Sure, he's heard that one before.
Odo. My god, we're changing the lens effect. Okay, now I'm very uncertain if any of this is happening. No clue what's going on.
Yeah.
It's close enough, Odo. I mean, they're just Bajorans. One Bajoran is basically the same as another.
I love the way that it was shot. Like it's like a horror movie.
And there's Odo presiding over the murders.
Oof.
Completely unfazed.
Jesus Christ.
I mean, that outfit he's wearing is also doing murder to his fashion sense. It's absolutely hideous.
Very Neo Cardassian.
Yes. Okay, now everyone's catching on. Odo is the bad guy. I think that bit in the cell wasn't actually them. I think that was the Vision messing with him.
Mm-hmm.
And this is them again. What's that episode where we also flash back to Terok Nor and it's Kira that's accused of a crime? And then he lets her go because she's pretty? I don't think we've gotten that yet.
Yeah, I'm trying to remember if it's Necessary Evil.
Might have been season 1. I just completely forgot because it was so long ago.
If it's Necessary Evil, it's season 2. But yeah, it's a while back.
Let me just look it up to verify. DS9 Necessary Evil. Flashback, yeah. Okay. So that was, in fact, season 2.
Cool. Or I don't know how you pronounce it. Skakari in the chat had it too, actually, before.
Alright, episode's over. Move along. Finish it up. It's a bit of a slower episode, but we got there eventually.
Yeah, we just found out Odo's a horrible monster. Don't worry about it.
Yeah. So, some version of the Great Link, does that count for the eventual compilation of some kind of, some sort of? Some
I think that's
version
in the
of?
same vein. Yeah, I would count that.
Okay. Seems
Yeah,
fair.
so like they were using Bluetooth instead of Wi-Fi. Think of it like that.
Hmm?
Do you mean... Wait, do you mean like Bluetooth instead of Ethernet? Wireless connection? Instead of wired?
No, just Bluetooth.
Yeah, I'm not sure this explanation makes sense, but whatever, it's Star Trek, don't worry about it.
Magic. Subspace. Tetrion. Particle.
Oh yeah, we also probably couldn't have done the... Kira is actually Dax because she's pregnant right now. We probably could not have put Kira through an explosion. Oh, Kira, what you're supposed to think is that he's a collaborator. Yes, you are. I'm glad you recognize that, Odo. I don't think they're going to put him on trial, though, for his crimes. They're just going to let it go. And you did kill a lot of people, Kira. Not all of which were actually guilty. So I guess she can't hold it completely against him.
Nope, she's going to be self-righteous.
Yeah, sure.
No. Yeah, a lot of innocent people died on his watch. Like, a lot.
You're a fraud, Odo. You're a total fraud.
Yeah, go back
So
in your bucket.
disappointing you, Odo.
Oh wait, you can't.
Can't.
You're fired, you fucking fraud. Ugh.
Okay, so that episode's over. Now we get to go back to Odo being comedic relief.
Hey!
Wow.
That's
Everything's
a bit of a
fine now.
juxtaposition.
Yeah, hard shift from that one to like a buddy comedy episode.
Alright, something completely different. The next episode is called The Ascent, and we're going to start that timer right away to get into it, because we need a massive tonal shift in the stream. Is that... Look, Odo's a bad person, okay? That's what we established. He's a collaborator. He killed a lot of innocent people. Kira shouldn't trust him, but eventually she's going to end up trusting him more and date him, but that'll be later. I feel like this should really kill their relationship chances, but it doesn't. Okay. 30 Seconds to Ascent, Season 5, Episode 9. The comedy Quark Odo episode. So wow, I'm scrolling through the preview here. It actually takes a long time to get to that. It's only like halfway through the episode we get the incited incident. Alright, everybody press play in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, play. I'm sure it'll close, but what?
Yeah, that's a horrible way to pack. Come on.
Yep,
yes,
just
that is
don't
a horrible
hold
way to
anything.
pack, but also, why is he packing like 5 of the same rainbow shirt?
He's styling?
I guess he's just stupid. I don't know. He is a kid, basically.
He's 18 now, isn't he?
Yeah, but like, you know,
Yeah, he's still very
who
young.
were any of us at 18, really? Yeah, look at this. He's just stacking crap in there.
What?
Taking his
those?
lightsabers.
It's like weights. He's taking weights with him.
I thought those were stacked cans, but no, those are solid metal objects.
Yeah,
He didn't even
lightsabers.
close the box.
No, that's the joke, I guess.
You don't need to be in a hurry, Jake. You're not even leaving the station. You're just going to another room in the same station. You're like moving down the street. Chill. Yeah, don't worry. He's not going to a conference, I don't think. He's just
Those things are
going
dangerous.
down the hall.
Faint signal in the chat says he's leaving for a conference. It's like, no, don't go to a conference.
Oh god, no!
Oh god, Signal's the one leaving for a conference. My god.
Is that root beer?
Quit your job if you have to. We'll start a Kickstarter. You'll be fine.
Oh, speaking of Kickstarters, the Voyager documentary. Hurry up and
Oh,
load the
God.
page, come on.
Are they at 1 million yet?
It is now past 1 million,
Oh my god.
Nice.
which means that the stretch goal 10, which is exclusive, never before seen Voyager surprise, has been reached. They haven't said what it actually is yet, but just that exclusive, never before seen Voyager surprise.
I don't think they expect it to be anywhere near 1 million like that. I think Because their initial goal was what, 300,000?
Let me check. 150,000.
Jesus Christ, yeah.
I mean, for myself, I'm really hoping the exclusive surprise is a complete 7-season gag reel, but, you know.
Yeah, I donated already, and then they've added stuff, and I might throw it out again to try and go to one of the premieres.
To get them past the, 1 million? Well past.
Yeah, let's take it to 5 million.
How much is the oh, it's $200 for one of the premieres.
Yeah, and if you get a second ticket, it's $150, so that's a little savings at least. But I mean, it wouldn't be probably so late next year, so it's like
we can all get a ticket and go together.
Yay!
God, maybe they're sold out now. Though I have to check.
No, they have a couple hundred left for each. No, I'm probably just gonna watch it from home. Ah, delicious root beer. Technically, I didn't buy the documentary. I didn't get the Blu-ray or the digital. I just got a cup.
I know I've told this story, so I won't get too far into it, but I did go to the LA premiere of the DS9 documentary, and it was a blast. So I definitely would like to do that again.
Okay. Well, depending on when that is, that might be complicated. It's November. It should be okay.
Yeah, they're setting it far out. I think for the DS9 one, their original setting, date didn't end up being met anyway. It ended up being later. So it's just a matter of like, where am I going to be in my life a year and a half, 2 years from now? I have no idea.
Oh, November 2022. Okay, yeah, that's going to be a while.
What's that?
The premiere for the Voyager documentary, November 2022.
Oh, okay.
I was thinking, it's like, oh, if it's November this year, everyone should be able to be more or less vaccinated by that point. That should be okay. But no, by next year, yeah. Hopefully that's all sorted out.
Now next year we'll get the next vaccine. Vaccine 2.
Vaccine 2 Pandemic Boogaloo.
You can't use that word.
I refuse to.
Oh no!
You can't just let people steal words.
True.
Ooh, I was just looking, if anybody's thinking of doing the LA premiere like I am, 140 of the 175 are already sold, so I should probably get on that.
But then I have to go to LA. It's on the other side of the state. It's really far away.
We can hang out. We'll go bowling. It'll be great.
But I hate
car
bowling.
drive away. Ooh.
Okay, then you'll hang out while others bowl. I don't know. Bowling's a whole experience.
I can just watch people bowl.
Yeah, I've done that.
Inferna Prime, is that a lava planet? Ah, Fizbin.
Game of what?
Fizbin is the game that Kirk just made up in one episode. He was trying to distract someone.
It's a homebrew game, I see.
And now apparently it's a thing. People know how to play Fizbin.
He got a free copy of Fizbin with every Quark's mug.
Yes. Producer Renee Echeverria. Did we see who the director was yet? I don't think so. Supervising.
No, it's coming up. It's coming up. It's usually the last one.
Written by Ira Stephen Bear and Robert Hewitt Wolf. Directed by Alan Croker. I don't know who that is.
He did a bunch of Voyagers and Enterprises also.
Okay. Oh, at least Odo's gotten over the whole, guilt vision thing.
Yeah, that was
He's
quick.
okay now. It might have been, months since the last episode. We don't know. The wooden deck, heaving under...
Horribly awkward.
Why are... You can't have this kind of thing in my Star Trek. Why... Odo, why are you reading this? I mean, I guess I know why you're reading this. The question is, why are you reading this right next to Quark?
Well, now that you asked.
It just feels like that would be really uncomfortable.
His explanation here is such crap, too.
Yeah.
You're a fraud, Odo.
Don't think anyone gets killed in Lusty Argonian Maid either.
No. So, how does Odo not actually know what's happening here? They didn't tell him why he's transporting Quark. And Quark's not telling him. But he's not actually under arrest. He's not being indicted for a crime. He's just going somewhere else, and Odo pretended it's an arrest. I mean, fair play to Odo. Just keep doing what you love. Just keep reading. Don't let him bother you, but... Still seems awkward. Oh, Cadet Nog.
All right.
Is this the first time we've seen him as a cadet? It must be, because he did the whole reporting for duty thing.
Yeah.
Oh, he's really short. He should really have adjustable chairs in his office to accommodate the different species. He's barely poking up behind that desk. Do you think that Nog's actor
Aaron Eisenberg.
thought it was really weird to be playing a child when he's an adult?
Fairly common in Hollywood, isn't it?
Yeah, it really is because of the way employment laws for actors who are minors worked. They only spend very minimal amounts of time on set. Aaron Eisenberg, for the record, it was 4 feet at 11 3/4 inches tall. He died in September 2019.
But he's inspiring, so that's good. Kira, you changed your hair. Oh no, I'm not keen on these quarters. I don't like this. The fact that one of the bedrooms is the entranceway.
Yeah.
Yeah, but they have a replicator.
They do have a replicator.
They
We
can
should
just
have the
replicate
replicator
walls.
be in the first room.
Yeah, so this is like the Odd Couple already.
Ah, just the odd and even ones. Gotcha.
Little-
I mean, the replicator is really good, but they don't have any interior doors. There's not a single bit of privacy. There's not even a bathroom.
Wow.
Who wants muscles? Who wants those things?
Ouch.
I mean,
You know, that's a
Nog-
positive attitude, though. You know, Nog's coming in there. He's like, "Let's do this." Jake's like, "No, I want to be mopey and do nothing."
I mean, Nog, you're talking real big, but his muscles are literally bigger than yours.
Yeah, and he's like 1.5 feet taller than you too. So you know, it's
Nog very clearly does not work out. At least not more than
So he goes to the
cardio.
gym at 04:30.
I don't believe him. Or maybe this is just his New Year's resolution. He says he's going to start going to the gym at 04:30.
Yeah, it's 1st of Jan.
Is he, though? I mean, Quark... Of course Quark would hear it. He has those ears. He's going to hear every lip-snacking noise in the station.
What are those little pizza discs he's throwing? Is that his Kismet cards?
That's the Fizzbin deck.
Oh, Fizzbin.
Which is also a Tongo deck. It's just identical. Don't worry about it.
Well, yeah, you use it like a pack of cards for many different games.
Oh, did they say what runabout it was?
I don't think so. Just look for stains, then you can tell which one it is.
Maybe. I don't know the individual runabouts that well. Though I'm thinking maybe when everything explodes around them, they'll say like, oh, runabout Rio Grande to Deep Space Nine. Maybe we'll get it there. It's a buzz. I mean, my computer is making a sound today, but it was pretty benign.
Well, it's trying to kill you.
It was trying to kill me, my computer. I mean, I thought it was just the cable sort of fell into a fan and I had to push it to the side, but my god.
This is proof it's trying to kill you. Right here.
It's so spiky. Yes, it is a bomb.
Which
a bomb? No, a bomb.
But
Yeah.
the spiky, threatening-looking bit.
What kind of bomb? Who planted the bomb?
Nope, it's just a defective anodyne relay. Put the cover back on.
And it's better than doing nothing. There it goes. Okay, that was pretty
Yeah, just
minor,
stand
though.
next to it. It explodes.
Yeah. That was a pretty minor explosion.
Someone's typing.
So, Jerings, what you looking up? What you doing?
Oh. Hey.
What you typing about?
Just getting a 3D print going.
Okay. What you 3D printing?
Forget how loud my keyboard is because I can't hear it right now. But
It's
anyway,
extremely loud when you were typing there.
in the usual tradition of a 3D printer, I'm printing an improvement of the 3D printer.
Ah, I see.
He's printing a keyboard that doesn't make that much noise.
Alright, send out a distress call so we know what shuttle it is. Runabout it is. The
Danny
Orion
T1 is saying that Memory Alpha confirms it's the Rio Grande.
Well, I'm not going to believe them until I hear it on screen. Wait, I can see the side. Nope, I hit print screen too late. And I just got a picture of Quark's face. Is that... Oh, trees. Lovely. Okay. Wait. I can't read that. I got a screenshot. This is not enough evidence on screen right now.
Your precious Rio Grande is dead. Dead, I say.
This is not good enough to indicate that this is the Rio Grande. This is character assassination. Absolutely impossible to read.
Enhance!
Enhance.
Zoom and enhance.
I can make out Rio Grande, but
Oh yeah, totally.
and even just the way the letters are spaced, like if it's not Rio
Says
Grande, it's something
USS.
3 letters and then
Blah blah blah.
The Earth has thousands of rivers. It could be anything. We don't know.
Maybe we'll see it when they leave the shuttle. I don't know. Yeah.
Maybe when they leave the shuttle. Maybe they'll say at the end of the episode, it's like, all right, don't worry, we'll tow what was I going to say? We're going to tow the Orinoco out of there. Hang on, I thought
Those
you
are
were going to the
gravity
gym.
boosted weights, aren't they?
Is this what he meant by the gym?
That's not breakfast. That's just juice.
And now it's going to taste all weird when you brush your teeth.
You think he brushes his teeth?
Or we're in the future, so maybe you just transport the plaque out of there.
Stick your face in the sonic shower.
Nog, you're just the worst.
Yeah, this is a really shitty thing to do.
Yeah.
It really is.
Sacrilege. Jake, maybe you should have a backup. Do you have source control for your stories?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's on Jake. Part of it.
They don't have
Oh,
cloud computing or the internet in this future.
Apparently
I'll
not.
say it's been very established that there are no backups for anything, and single files take an entire pad.
Yeah, a pad has like 50 megabytes of space. At most.
What?
No way to just... Okay. If you say so. I mean, Quark does probably know more about engineering than Odo does.
Hmm.
Yeah,
Odo's whole
especially
job is just punching
illicit
people.
transmissions.
Yeah, exactly. Carry the 7, as you do.
Always carry the 7 when it comes to subspace communications.
You also have to multiply by pi and take the square root.
Oh my god,
what
there's
mountain is that in
Colorado.
real life? Does
Carry
anybody
the
know that
7.
mountain?
I don't know.
I don't know.
Okay. It's not important, just if anyone happened to recognize it.
Oh, okay. It says in the trivia that this was filmed on Mount Whitney in Central California.
There you go.
You should
Really?
know that
No,
one.
Odo. I don't live near Mount Whitney. It's a big state.
Yeah, it's a massive
Nah,
city.
you're from there. You should know.
It's like someone telling me I live near Miami. Like, no, I live about 6 hours away.
Yeah, that's near.
Oh,
Wait,
12
whoa,
hours.
Whoa. What do you mean you live 6 hours away? I thought you were in Germany.
When I lived in Florida.
Have you been lying to us this whole time?
Well, I mean,
Is your
that
name not even
too.
Herr Deutschland?
I don't believe it's ever been Herr Deutschland. We've just kind of been going with that as a thing.
Uh-huh.
Well, you called yourself that.
So, according to IMDb, Odo asks how could it be so cold when the sun is shining, and that was added on set because the weather was really good during production, and they had to kind of explain that. But it also led to a problem of these guys are all geared up for winter, and they're out shooting in like 80-degree weather.
I mean, living in California, I don't live near Mount Whitney, but I can confirm that it can absolutely be very cold out when the sun is shining.
Oh, definitely. Yeah, right on.
So the planet they crashed on just happens to be habitable?
Yes, exactly.
Okay.
Class D? No, that's a demon planet. Class L, I think.
You know, I don't think I live next to any mountains. There's no mountains anywhere vaguely nearby.
Magic Mountain?
No, there's no magic mountain here.
Any underwater mountains?
Yes, Odo. Hide your concern and your love for Quark.
Wow, we even get slapstick in this. This is crazy.
I mean, well, is it a nice change of pace from the last episode? It's certainly a dramatic change of pace from last episode. Okay.
Give me your treasures, Quark.
I was gonna say, O'Brien and Nog were just walking from what was clearly a matte painting, and some guy was about to walk into it, so I was gonna make a comment, and then he just suddenly turned off to the side and went down another hallway. Very convenient. Okay, well, Jake, that's your name. You were also.
Why is he
terrible
putting stuff
roommate.
in the replicator mouth for?
He's just the worst, that's why. Hang on, did these quarters change? Wait, this is flipped. The door was on the other side before. Is there a door on each bedroom? What's happening here? He plays Damjot Human. Okay, I really need a shot of the other room now. Because now it's all flipped around.
Finally, somebody.
What, the pajamas comment?
Yes.
What's there? Well, I mean, the cadet uniform's not that great. Is that a door? On the right? Okay, so there is a... Wait, but now he's looking off to the left. I have no idea what's happening with the orientation of this
There's
room.
two doors.
I tried going back and trying to figure. I'm even more confused. I don't know.
There's two doors. One on one side. One on the other.
And one on
I
the other
guess.
side, but then
There could be. That's the only thing that makes sense without breaking the universe. The tree line. 20. Oh, only 6. That's okay. Too bad Odo's a solid. This would be...
yeah.
But yeah, nope, you're a little further than 6 hours. It's a little further away. You might like. You're wasting your breath, Quark. Literally. How many feet are in a mile again? It's 5,000 something, right?
5280.
Can you say that again?
5280.
So assuming each
few.
step is about a foot, he's gone 2 miles just downhill. That means 2 miles back
Yeah.
up.
An average step is somewhere between 2.5 to 3 feet.
He's sort of shuffling, though.
True.
Yeah, depending on terrain, obviously, but yeah.
At any rate, it's real far.
Yeah, it's not ideal here for them.
No, Quark can't get into the Orion Syndicate. Really? It has a membership fee? Oh yeah, that's right. Quark is broke.
They don't have a membership fee. It's like a honor system.
But he just said they have a membership. Yeah, they never charged
substantial
O'Brien when he
member-
went undercover.
Yeah.
Well, he was recruited, so maybe.
Yeah, or maybe it was just off screen.
Yeah, they drained his bank account.
Or maybe they just forgot because it's a plot detail that doesn't actually matter. It's a fair point. Odo has been a complete failure and accomplished nothing with his whole life.
He's a fraud. He's a goddamn fraud.
You have a strong grudge against Odo.
I'm really anti-Odo after that last episode. I'm sorry.
Have you always hated Odo, or is there just the last episode?
I guess, I don't know. I guess I didn't rewatch this stretch a lot, over the years, and I just forgot about some of this stuff.
Snail juice? Not root beer.
Extra what?
He's not drinking root beer. Why does he
Extra
need to?
salt?
Avery Brooks once again using a normal cup like a normal human being. Not one of those insane flared cups. Of course it's the Academy. No. You,
Oh,
You
God.
what?
What?
What? You... How did you even do that? How did you even get in?
He's a genius
oh.
engineer. That's not going to be a challenge.
Oh, that's okay. He just... what's his name? The kid? Nog.
No.
Nog moved back in with him, so he had access to Nog. And he also had a syringe, apparently.
Very creepy.
I don't think they use syringes anymore. It's all subdermal.
Okay, parenting tip number 1. Don't sneakily draw your kid's blood while they're asleep and accuse them of being someone else.
But if they're asleep, they can't protest and stop you.
True. Though if they wake up and freak out while the needle's in their arm, they're probably gonna... They might snap that off inside their arm. That's gonna be unpleasant for everyone involved.
It's fine. It's the future. We have subdermal needles.
That doesn't... What, do you transport the blood out of there?
It's not
How's
as
that
invasive as a big needle. It's just kind of you press the
You
little
need a
pad
needle.
up against.
One time, something somewhat similar to this. I went to house sit for my parents, and they have a somewhat elderly dog who we've seen on stream before, in fact.
Oh.
It was a little hard of hearing. And so I went over in the morning and found her laying on some blankets in the laundry room. I was like, wake up, wake up. I was shaking the dog a little bit gently and saying her name over and over, and she wasn't waking up. And I was real freaked out for a second. I thought the dog was dead. But no, she was just very heavily asleep. It was okay. Freaked me out for a second. But she's fine.
Do you ever want to wake a dog up? Just put food nearby. They'll wake up. The nose starts going.
Could do that. Yeah, it's very concerning trying to wake a dog that's one, nearly deaf, and two, is very sleepy. Because they just look dead. They don't wake up
Were
when
they-
you open the door. They don't wake up to the other dog getting excited.
Were they breathing? You know?
I mean, she's really small. It's hard to tell large movements. Also, I was freaking out because I thought the dog was dead.
Odo's been carrying the transmitter for ages now. Surely it's Quark's. So it was like good weather when they were filming this. Did they dust the ground with like fake snow, or is it actually snow?
No, they're going pretty high up. It's probably real snow. Yeah, that looks real. Because the whole mountain was covered in snow. Oh, careful with the transmitter, Odo.
Odo called him a fraud? Oh man, there's the pot calling the kettle black.
You and your
God.
anti-Odo agenda.
My Odo is a fraud platform.
Okay, now that they've taken a tumble, take a look out and see if they broke Odo's makeup. Or Quark's makeup. To see if you can find a seam in the mask.
So yeah, this was filmed on Mount Whitney, which is apparently a 14,000 foot high mountain. I don't think they're shooting quite that high, but there are notes in the Memory Alpha page about their problems with altitude sickness.
Yeah.
And it looks like it wasn't hot, but like it was 65 degrees or so, apparently.
That sounds about right for California. At least my area.
Yeah, they're wearing like I mentioned earlier, they're wearing pretty heavy coats though in that kind of 65-degree weather even.
I mean, okay. Oh, it's actually pretty cold right now. I thought it was warmer. It's 50 degrees where I am.
Yeah, it was 50 something earlier here, and now it's 46.
I'm so disappointed though. Though it's about to start getting warmer. And it's so much better when it's cold. Cold and rainy, in fact.
Ugh.
We still have like 2 months of the wet season, but it's going away
I like
soon.
the rainy, not the cold and rainy.
But if it's cold and rainy, then you can like wrap yourself in a blanket while you're on the computer.
No.
I literally have a blanket wrapped around me right now, and it's so comfortable. It's so cozy. Leave him behind, Quark. Let him die.
Odo must suffer.
Let him die!
Let him die. You can take the thermal clothing for yourself and the transmitter. Or if you kill him right now, you can take a bit of him later, like his arm, and eat him. Think about it. So I guess the transmitter has reverse altitude sickness. It only works when it's high up.
Or you could say it operates at 420 megahertz.
No, that's not. That's a different kind of high. Though I find it difficult to believe that if this transmitter doesn't have enough power to get through the atmosphere, that it has enough power to reach Deep Space Nine in the first place.
Yeah, like this whole altitude thing is just a conceit. If it doesn't reach from ground level, it's not getting out to space.
Did they say anything about like special kind of ionization? I don't think they did.
Not that I recall.
Mm-mm. They're just like, bring it up a few miles. That'll do it. Now it can reach light years away.
I mean, it doesn't matter how far it is away as long as it gets out of the upper atmosphere.
But then you have the strength of the signal decreases with the square of the distance.
Mm-hmm.
Not to
Yeah,
mention
but this is the
background
future.
radiation.
The sensors are good.
I guess it's a subspace transmitter. Maybe subspace doesn't work with the square.
It's
It works with pi
Oh, of course, pi.
Yeah.
and 7.
That's why he multiplied or something by pi, doesn't
He took the square root. He carried the 7, took the square root, and multiplied by pi.
he? There you go. Subspace is a circle.
It does degrade eventually, though. We've established that with the various Oh, they sent a signal thousands of light years away, but it'll be a long time if the civil ever even reaches them. I mean, Quarks, you can rest for like 5 minutes. You can take a break, it's fine. Is that dying with dignity? Just lying in the dirt? Waiting for death to take you? Don't get the bar, okay. A Starfleet captain? You'll even get a ship named after him. Unsold. No desiccated discs of quark. I'm still waiting for them to say the shuttle name again. Because I don't think that extremely blurry bit at one point is enough to say that that was in fact the Rio Grande. I don't think that's enough. Unless we get an HD remaster.
It's enough if you rode on the previous episode.
Yes.
According to the Memory Alpha page, it is the Rio Grande.
But Memory Alpha doesn't know. They're just people that are accounting things in the show. Let me look up the script. Not the transcript, the real script. The
There are
script makes no mention of Rio Grande.
There is no available rooms in this massive station.
Nope, not a one. Not a single mention of the Rio Grande in the script. Not one. Let's see, runabout. The sets, it doesn't say which runabout, it just says runabout set. The script just says a runabout traveling at warp, but the runabout is on autopilot. Runabouts at warp, the runabouts to passengers. Runabout enters the atmosphere of a Class L planet. That was a question before. Class L.
Class L because it's almost Class M.
Wonder what makes it not Class M. I mean, it seems perfectly breathable and it has vegetation and shit.
It's just a little chilly. Oh, he's gonna play Domjot Human.
The L stands for Little Chili. Got it.
Class Little Chile. There you go.
He has caramba.
Yep, it doesn't say Rio Grande. It doesn't say the name of the runabout at all.
But in our hearts, we know who it is.
The Orinoco. Actually, that might be destroyed already.
It's getting comfy on the rocks.
They're lovely rocks. Begin recording. They can do that?
Yeah, the special Bajoran badges.
Well, that's mean. Jeez, Odo. Cut the guy some slack. Okay. Hopefully they seal the bucket as well before they launch it. Oh, nope, we're fine. So they don't say anything about recovering the runabout either. Therefore, it can't be the Rio Grande because the Rio Grande shows up later.
Ah, there you
Subspace
go.
transmitter.
Subspace.
I still don't believe that the atmosphere actually mattered.
Yeah, but there wouldn't have been
handles
an
the distance
interesting
problem.
episode without it.
Hmm.
They don't just have a standard IV drip with a plastic bag, they need their metal cylinders with the glowy lights. Michael, I have a question for you.
Yeah.
Why would you Photoshop that runabout to say Rio Grande on the side? I meant every word of it.
I was gonna expect you to say something like, "It's too blurry."
One, it's too blurry, and two, even if it does say Rio Grande, why would you Photoshop it like that? What's the matter with you?
That image is taken directly from Paramount Plus.
Uh-huh. Sure.
And I'm using Paramount Plus because I actually didn't want to rewind in my Netflix.
Okay. And maybe it's slightly higher video quality.
Yeah, no, it's the same.
So, according to some people, this is sufficient evidence that it's the Rio Grande. Right there. Apparently, some people think that's what it says. Now, I know better. I know that's actually the Rios Bland. It's a different ship.
So all of the named runabouts on Deep Space Nine, there's only two that have two-word names. The Rio Grande and the Yangtze Kiang.
That is
And-
clearly the Yangtze Kian.
It's no, it's
Obviously.
not. That name is way too long to fit in that little space.
They just abbreviated Yangtze. Don't worry about it. Also, I think
You know, the
Yangtze Kian
Yanks.
was destroyed a while ago.
The Yank skin.
Do they ever say that they give us an exhaustive list of all the runabouts? Maybe we just haven't heard of this one before.
Yeah, maybe it's a different one. We don't know.
Well, I'm just using the list on Memory Alpha.
Well, what do they know? Forget those guys.
Oh, wait, here we go. Here's even more evidence.
I don't want your evidence. Get it out of here. So, moving swiftly on before he can finish compiling his evidence.
So we can see in the photo that I just posted in the Discord that Yangtze Kian looks very different on the printed runabout. Or printed very differently on that runabout.
Nope,
know
it was
what I'm saying.
absolutely the Yangtze Kian. Anyway, TNG next week. What are going to be the episodes? It's going to be New Ground, which is something. I don't remember what that is. What's New Ground? Enterprise
Oh,
participates
that
in
is-
the testing of new propulsion technology, but Worf is distracted by a visit from his son Alexander.
Yes, that's the episode where Alexander becomes a permanent resident of the Enterprise D until Worf sends him off somewhere again.
Okay.
Oh yeah, that's a solid wave.
It's a what?
I think that's the Soliton wave episode.
Yes, it is.
I don't know what that means, but it sounds Star Trekky.
It is. It's
Soliton-
actually very fancy.
The Soliton wave is an alternate way to do warp drive, but in the episode they're testing it and it screws up horribly.
Obviously, because we can't replace the warp drive.
Right, yeah. But ultimately it ends up causing major problems on the ship, and Alexander's in the wrong place at the wrong time and almost gets killed because of it.
Oh, I remember this now. He goes on like
Yes,
a
the
school
same.
trip, and he keeps lying to the teacher.
Yep.
And then we get the line, Alexander told me that you told him that Klingons don't have to listen to teachers. I have to remember that because it was in the compilation video of Klingons do not... something something. That's that up. Okay. And then the episode after that is Hero Worship, which is the kid, Timothy I think his name is, who starts to emulate Data. Because he has the guilt from thinking he murdered hundreds of people.
Yep.
And then, Violations, which I don't remember exactly, but I'm going to assume it's a Troy episode, based on the name.
It is. Violations is the,
It was
Yulians, the memory harvesters. Not harvesters, but like, they bring back your old memories.
Okay.
Isn't that a... Yeah, ooh. Yeah, that one.
It's not a great episode. It's actually quite bad.
It's
We do,
very
however, get the line, Klingons do not allow themselves to be probed.
Sure.
Yes.
Except they do constantly when everyone's drawing each other's blood throughout the Dominion War.
Don't worry about it. Alright, so last thing before we end the stream, DS9 next week is going to be Rapture, where Cisco goes a little bit crazy with visions and starts yelling about locusts and prevents the Bajor from joining the Federation. Oh, also the info tab. I need to fix that. Look at that. It's now 8... Well, I guess technically GMT doesn't change, but it needs to be 8 p.m. British summertime, not 7 p.m. GMT.
Yay.
Bloody daylight savings being different in all different... Why is this so complicated? Just get rid of it. Anyway, Cisco goes crazy for visions, and there's that whole thing. There's the darkness and the light, where the crazy Cardassian man tries to cut open Kira, which is uncool. Don't do that. And the Begotten... Is that the one with...
That is the
yeah,
baby
that's the one with
changeling.
the baby changeling. It's pretty good. It's
Yep.
okay, at least.
So in I like the Rapture one because it sets up something coming up soon for the Dominion War. And the crazy Cardassian in the Darkness and the Light is Degra.
Degra?
It's the same actor who plays Degra.
Well, yes, I assumed it wasn't literally Degra. Yes. No, Degra, yeah. I always get excited when we find someone in alien makeup and I recognize that voice. That's Degra. We've met him a few times. He was part of Riva's chorus. That's what it's called, not a choir.
Yeah, he's got something like 6 or 7 roles in Star Trek.
Wow.
He's almost up there with Vaughn.
I don't know, Vaughn Armstrong is in a lot.
Yeah, that's true. I think he's got like 12.
Let me look it
But
up,
he's-
actually. Go on.
There aren't very many that have like 7.
He is in... Oh, that's just... 1, 2, 3, 4... Yeah, 12 characters.
Wow.
You are spot on with that. 12, exactly.
Yeah.
Captain Korus, the Klingon. Gold Dinar. I don't know if that's a Klingon. No, that's a Romulan doctor. Did I say Klingon? I meant Vulcan. It's a Romulan. He plays Seskal. Really, Seskal. 2 of 9, a Vidian, Alpha Hirogen, another Klingon, Maxwell Forrest, and Mirror Maxwell Forrest, so maybe 11 if you don't count the mirror version. Another angry Klingon, and a Kretassan who's very easily offended.
Oh,
that's
yeah,
pretty
the
cool.
Romulan doctor. I was like, why did he play a Romulan? That's the Voyager episode where they find the tiny, tiny wormhole.
Yeah, that they find out actually went back in time, so it's not helpful.
Yeah. I mean, if you could actually successfully do that, I would still do it. Like, okay, 12 years is something like that, whatever it was.
Better
I can
than
live with
nothing.
that if I don't end up 70 in the Gamma Quadrant. or Delta Quadrant. Sorry,
I think it was just
wrong other side.
too
of the galaxy.
small for the ship to go through.
No, they figured out a way to transport through. That's
Yeah, into the
So
hands
you
of a
see the-
Romulan ship.
yeah. The Romulan actually comes on Voyager for a minute.
I mean, Vaughn also has some Star Trek video game voice acting roles, which are pretty nice.
Oh, I'm sure.
He plays a Klingon captain in Star Trek Bridge Commander. Anyway, the stream's over now. It's done. We're all done. Everything's done here.
Bye.
Yeah, get out of here. Go away. Be gone. I require
right.
solitude.
See you guys.
Catchphrases.
Choose.